Aida. Miami Beach opens with an electrifying depiction of Miami's dual identity, a city bathed in sunlight yet perpetually shadowed by its hidden perils. The camera pans across the sparkling skyline before descending into the crowded streets of South Beach, where neon lights pulse in rhythm with the city's heartbeat. The film immediately establishes an atmosphere of tension, desire, and unpredictability, inviting the audience into a world where beauty masks danger, and every encounter carries stakes, both visible and unseen. Aida, the central figure, is introduced amidst this vibrant chaos, a woman whose presence commands attention and whose intentions are both enigmatic and compelling. The opening scenes, featuring her moving with measured confidence through bustling nightlife and serene waterfronts, set the tone for a narrative that thrives on contrasts, blending spectacle with introspection, glamour with grit, and desire with danger. The narrative unfolds through a carefully constructed combination of suspenseful encounters, strategic interactions, and reflective moments. Aida is portrayed as a master of perception and strategy, capable of navigating complex social networks and dangerous underworld dealings with equal finesse. Her intelligence and adaptability are showcased in early scenes where she engages with various figures of influence, observing, calculating, and subtly manipulating circumstances to her advantage. The film's camera work complements her character perfectly, alternating between tight close-ups that capture micro-expressions and wide-angle shots that situate her within the sprawling, chaotic environment of Miami. Each visual choice amplifies the tension and highlights Aida's duality, poised and controlled externally, yet constantly processing, analyzing, and adjusting internally. Character development is central to the film's impact. Aida is a multifaceted protagonist whose motivations and moral compass are complex and sometimes ambiguous. Supporting characters are equally layered, providing both contrast and depth to her story. Allies serve as emotional anchors, offering moments of vulnerability and insight into Aida's humanity, while adversaries present challenges that test her intellect, resilience, and ethical boundaries. One particularly memorable sequence involves a high-stakes negotiation with a crime lord in a luxurious penthouse. The scene is tension-laden, with dialogue rich in subtext and every gesture and glance carrying weight. The cinematography emphasizes this tension through dynamic framing, shadow play, and subtle shifts in focus, creating a scene that is both visually captivating and narratively potent. Miami itself functions as an immersive character in the film. Its vibrant nightlife, sun-drenched streets, and clandestine corners are depicted with precision, highlighting the city's contrasts and contributing to the thematic depth. Neon signage, reflective pools, and ocean vistas provide a rich visual palette that underscores both allure and peril. Sound design plays a complementary role, weaving electronic beats, Latin rhythms, and ambient textures into a cohesive auditory experience. This fusion of visual and auditory storytelling immerses viewers fully, conveying not only the physical environment but also the psychological landscape that Aida navigates. The city is at once seductive and treacherous, mirroring the protagonist's internal conflicts and external challenges. The film's exploration of desire and power is nuanced and compelling. Romantic entanglements are depicted with sophistication, examining not only attraction but also manipulation, loyalty, and vulnerability. These relationships illuminate Aida's character, revealing her capacity for empathy alongside her strategic mind. The narrative does not shy away from moral ambiguity, presenting scenarios where choices are difficult and consequences are profound. By engaging with these dilemmas, the film invites viewers to reflect on ethical considerations, personal ambition, and the human propensity to navigate gray areas in pursuit of survival and success. Aida's interactions are a delicate dance of negotiation, seduction, and foresight, creating a narrative that is both emotionally resonant and intellectually engaging. Visual storytelling is employed with remarkable precision throughout the film. Lighting, color, and composition convey emotion, tension and narrative progression. Neon hues dominate night scenes, symbolizing temptation, danger, and allure, while softer tones characterize introspective moments, emphasizing isolation and vulnerability. Water imagery recurs as a motif, representing transformation, reflection, and fluidity. Mirrors, windows, and reflective surfaces frame critical sequences, reinforcing themes of duality, perception, and self-awareness. These visual elements enhance the narrative, offering symbolic resonance that deepens the viewer's understanding of character, theme, and story progression without detracting from the immediate tension of the plot. Action sequences are integral to the film's pacing and tension, yet they are never gratuitous. High-speed chases, confrontations, and strategic maneuvers are all narratively motivated, serving to advance character development and thematic exploration. Aida's resourcefulness is highlighted in these moments, showcasing her intellect, agility, and ability to navigate both physical and psychological obstacles. One particularly thrilling sequence involves her evading capture in the Miami harbor, using both environmental awareness and quick thinking to outmaneuver her pursuers. The sequence is visually dynamic, with careful camera work emphasizing movement, proximity, and the stakes at hand, while sound design heightens the sense of urgency and danger. These scenes maintain suspense while reinforcing Aida's strategic brilliance and adaptability. Dialogue in Miami Beach is sharp, precise, and layered with subtext. Every exchange carries meaning beyond the literal words spoken, reflecting power dynamics, hidden agendas, and the delicate balance of trust and deception that permeates the film. Conversations between Aida and her allies are often tinged with humor or empathy, providing moments of levity and emotional grounding. Interactions with adversaries, in contrast, are charged with tension, requiring careful reading of subtext, observation of nonverbal cues, and calculated responses. This emphasis on dialogue as a tool for character development and narrative advancement demonstrates the film's commitment to sophisticated storytelling, ensuring that every scene contributes meaningfully to the overall arc. Aida's evolution is the emotional and thematic core of the film. She navigates a world of shifting alliances, hidden dangers, and moral complexity, emerging as a figure defined by intelligence, resilience, and emotional depth. Moments of introspection, such as scenes in which she surveys the Miami skyline or reflects on past choices, provide insight into her internal struggles and growth. These quieter sequences balance the film's more intense action and suspense, offering a rhythm that allows for contemplation, character development, and thematic exploration. The audience is invited to experience both the external thrill and the internal resonance of Aida's journey, creating a holistic narrative experience. The interplay between suspense and psychological tension is a defining feature of the film. Scenes often combine elements of danger, negotiation, and observation, requiring the audience to remain engaged on multiple levels. Whether Aida is confronting an adversary, making a calculated choice, or navigating a complex social environment, the tension is palpable and sustained. The director employs visual cues, sound design, and narrative pacing to maintain suspense, ensuring that each sequence carries emotional and narrative weight. This careful orchestration results in a cinematic experience that is immersive, intellectually engaging, and emotionally resonant. Supporting characters play essential roles in illuminating Aida's personality, choices, and stakes. Friends provide guidance, humor, and moral grounding, while rivals present challenges that test her strategic and ethical boundaries. The dynamics between these characters create tension, conflict, and emotional investment, enriching the narrative and providing opportunities for Aida to demonstrate growth, intelligence, and adaptability. Romantic and platonic relationships alike are nuanced, reflecting the complexities of human interaction in high-stakes environments. These relationships reinforce central themes of trust, loyalty, desire, and survival, grounding the narrative in both personal and social realities. A particularly memorable sequence involves Aida orchestrating an intricate plan during a high-profile social event. The scene demonstrates the film's mastery of pacing, suspense, and visual storytelling. Costume, lighting, set design, and camera movement converge to emphasize her strategic thinking and adaptability. The audience experiences the tension viscerally, understanding both the external dangers and her internal calculations. This scene exemplifies the film's ability to integrate aesthetic elegance with narrative sophistication, creating a moment that is both visually striking and narratively significant. In conclusion, Aida, Miami Beach is a masterful exploration of power, desire, and identity set against the vibrant and treacherous backdrop of Miami. Through meticulous cinematography, layered characterization, dynamic sound design, and thoughtful thematic exploration, the film captivates viewers and maintains a balance between suspense, emotional depth, and visual spectacle. Aida emerges as a compelling protagonist whose intelligence, resilience, and moral complexity anchor the narrative. The city, with its contrasts of beauty and danger, functions as both setting and metaphor, reinforcing the central themes of the film. The story succeeds as a thrilling, immersive, and emotionally resonant cinematic experience that rewards careful attention and repeated viewings, offering insight into both the seductive allure and hidden perils of a world defined by extremes.